Yes, people, welcome back to the mufcMPB YouTube channel, and today we are looking to bring you the latest Manchester United footballing news. This is my first video on the channel, so if you can make sure to run up the likes and get in the comments down below on how the first video went. It is a massive privilege to be here, and a massive shout out to the lads at mufcMPB for getting me on the channel. Make sure to follow on all the socials down below to keep yourself up to date with all the Manchester United news. Now, we're going to start off today talking about Tyrell Malacia. Now, he was apparently present at the team meeting last night, the team dinner that all the pictures have come out from, and this is according to Jack and Mayor. Tyrell Malacia was present at the Manchester United team dinner on Wednesday as he continues his rehabilitation from a knee injury. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it is very suspect that he was at the meeting and he has not been pictured once. There's been pictures and videos of pretty much every single player coming out of that dinner. We haven't seen a picture of Malacia now in, 6 months nearly. It's been absolutely crazy how long this guy has been on the sideline for. Last season, Malacia was an incredibly exciting young left-back that was brought in, but obviously injuries have massively hampered him, and he's apparently got this massive knee injury. He keeps sort of coming back from fitness, walking into training for a day, and then doesn't end up actually playing any game time at all, which is incredibly frustrating, and that is backed up by the post from Sam C Reports, where Malacia was indeed at the team meeting this week with the rest of the Manchester United squad. He is also present day to day at Carrington and interacts with staff and teammates. So it's very odd that he seems to be in and around the team. He seems to be going to the dinners. He's at Carrington every day. Is the rehabilitation taking longer than expected? Obviously, but it'll be great to actually hear something from the club in regards to this. We haven't really heard anything about Malacia. Pretty much even from Ten Hag in press conferences, it's not really an asked question. No one seems to be talking about Malacia. We rumoured we signed him for £12 million last summer from Feyenoord. It'll be great to know where he is and what's going on with the young lads. I think he's, like I said, a fantastic young left back, and I was actually very happy with him last season. He seems like he's got that Man United spirit and that passion, and we don't want too many passion merchants, but he also seems to be very good actually on the ball and going forward as well. So it'll be great to see actually what he turns into, and if he maybe ever even plays a game for United again. I've got a little sort of my own theory that I've thought of for quite a while, that maybe we're going to, maybe we're really trying to beef him up because he is a very small lad. Maybe we're trying to get him, not only his knee fixed, I don't know if his knee might be even fixed at this point. We're just really trying to get him, putting some timber on, make him a much stronger, bigger left back, that Luke Shaw build, rather than the sort of the skinnier little left back that he is. If you look at our back line, it is quite big and strong, and Malacia doesn't suit that. He's fantastic on the ball, and if we can keep that great ball playing ability and the speed that he does possess, as well as getting him back into a much bigger and stronger shape, we could actually have an unbelievable left back on our hands, and signing a brand new left back, which is apparently rumoured to be in the summer, is not going to be necessary. We've also all seen that he's best mates with Marcus Rashford, so running down that left side, Malacia and Rashford, the link up, they're going to have that sort of telepathic knowledge anyway. It seems like Shaw and Rashford have that. If we can get Malacia and Rashford having that as well, regardless of who our left back is, if both of them are fit, which, I mean, at the moment, neither of them are, so it doesn't really help. But when both of them are fit, if we can have our left side being as strong as it has been in recent years, that would be absolutely top. I just hope to see him back in the squad sometime soon. It's been way too long. Hashtag where is Malacia? I've got no idea. In the comments down below, where do you think Malacia is? Do you think his knee is still under rehabilitation? Do you think we're trying to beef him up? Do you think there's something, more going on? Has he struggled with the has he struggled with the sort of movement to England from being in Holland? Obviously, he's a young lad. He's only 23, 24 years of age now. So maybe it's struggling just to come to terms with the climate of England, and he's not quite settling in, and he's going to be moving in the summer. Let me know what you think down below. But moving on from Tyrell Malacia, and we're going to talk about Mason Greenwood. There's been breaking news from Matej Moreto and Court Offside that Mason Greenwood does not want to return to Manchester United. He wants to leave the club and will be very happy to stay in Spain. Atletico Madrid are apparently interested in him. Manchester United have not 100% decided what to do with Greenwood. Now, this is a situation which obviously we're not going to go too in-depth on. We obviously don't know all the ins and outs of the story. But in terms of staying in Spain, I think it's a good thing for Greenwood. He's out of the limelight in this English media. He can go over to Spain and he can absolutely smash it. It's what he's been doing at Getafe. I mean, there's rumours. I think the rumours are sort of cooled in the last few days that Barcelona are also interested in him. I think it's quite a good thing for him to do. He can carry on playing football. He can carry on being absolutely brilliant. He seems to be absolutely loved and adored by the Getafe fans. And I mean, I'm sure I've seen like quotes around Antoine Griezmann saying he's the best player Getafe have got by far. If he goes to Atletico Madrid, I'm sure he'll absolutely smash it there as well. And if he can go ahead and have a great career over in Spain, that's absolutely fine. I'm more than happy with that. I think most Manchester United fans will be happy with that. I think as a club, we'll be quite happy to sort of wipe our hands of the situation and leave it as that. And for Greenwood, obviously the story here today is that he does not want to return to Manchester United. And I don't think anyone can really blame him for not really wanting to come back into the English media. Regardless of what's happened, we obviously don't know the whole truth, but the media will never let anything go. So I think it's best to leave it that he's in Spain. He can go ahead and enjoy his career over there. And I hope he does go ahead and do that as well. I mean, his goals this season for Getafe, he scored some absolute worldies. He looks to be sort of getting back to the best we saw him under Sir Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So hopefully we can see Greenwood carry on his career over at Atletico Madrid. And for United as well, what sort of transfer fee do you reckon we'd get for him? I think anywhere between 30 and 40 million pounds would be a massive bonus. It would, really sort of help us out in the summer. And with FFP, Greenwood coming through the academy, he would go against sort of the profit and loss things as a £0 transfer and a 40 million pounds in straight profit. That's great. We've been sort of talks that our FFP is very close to the line at the moment. So that £40 million in straight profit that we can use for amortization to go ahead and bring in an absolute superstar, maybe someone like Frankie de Jong, who knows, would be absolutely brilliant. So the Greenwood situation, maybe he's going to move to Atletico Madrid, but he wants to stay in Spain and he does not want to return to Manchester United. I think the most likely thing is that he doesn't stay at the club. I think it's very obvious for all parties involved that it is the best if Greenwood does not come back to Manchester and back to Manchester United. I think it's best in terms of the media. I think it's best for the player. I think even if he managed to stay at Getafe for another year on loan, his contract then runs out in 2025 anyway. We could go ahead and really, see him on a free if we don't want to get any money for him, which would be odd. It would make sense to either sell him this summer and take with 12 months left of his contract, or even do he's got like a 1 year mandatory or optional extension. It would be great if we go ahead and do that and we get even more money for him because I have 2 years left in his contract. So I still think that sort of 30 to 40 million pounds would be good. Money wise, I think it'll be an absolute no-brainer to go ahead and try and get as much as we can for him. And the final news for today is that Mason Mount is set to be included in the Manchester United squad for tomorrow's FA Cup quarter-final tie with Liverpool. And that is per The Athletic, a very reputable source. And that is fantastic news. We have seen the pictures in the last week or two that Mount has been back in training. But for him to actually be back in the matchday squad would be absolutely brilliant to see. And it's at a time where we could really need it tomorrow in the quarter-final against Liverpool. It is going to be extremely tough. I think it's good to have a star player like Mason Mount hopefully being available to the club. It will be an absolute massive help to have him here. I mean, it's been an absolute struggle with him in terms of not having cam roles or off the wings or in centre mid. Obviously, we've had to blood Mainu through at a lot earlier stage and probably play a lot more games that would like him to, and having someone like Mount available could potentially even help Mainu's development by giving him maybe just a few nights off, or maybe play Mainu in the 6 and play Mount next to him in the 8. I mean, that's very aggressive, but it would be great to go ahead and see. I just hope that he can get on the pitch tomorrow. Let me know in the comments down below where you think he'll actually end up playing as well, and if he'll start, if he'll come off the bench, or if we won't see him and he'll just be in the matchday squad. To me, it doesn't really matter. The fact he's in the squad is a massive bonus. It must have been 4 or 5 months now that we've not seen Mason Mount, similar to Tyrell Malacia, even in the Manchester United squad. So it's great to see him finally back in the squad with the lads. And tomorrow is a massive day as well against Liverpool. Score predictions wise, it's going to be very tough. I'm going to go for an extra time victory. If it doesn't go to extra time, then just penalties. I think it's going to be a very tight, scrappy game. This is pretty much what we've got to play for. Liverpool have got a lot to think about. They obviously have done very well in the Europa League. Obviously, the Premier League, it looks to be a three-way tie between themselves, Manchester City and Arsenal. But for us, if we don't win the FA Cup, it's an absolute write-off of a season. I mean, coming in the top 5 now, it will probably be with the UEFA coefficient rankings. It's still looking to be tough. I think we'll probably end up finishing sixth unless we have a fantastic run-in of the season. There has been a graphic going around that we have got the easiest run-in, but that doesn't mean anything with Manchester United because we can be the most inconsistent team in the world. But hopefully having someone like Mason Mount back in the squad is going to be a massive bonus. I've got a lot of friends that are Chelsea fans and they were gutted to see Mount go. even if he did have a very poor last season at Chelsea, the quality of Mason Mount is still there. He's like 23, 24 years of age as well, so isn't exactly in his prime yet. There is a long way to go for Mason Mount, and he's played in some massive games, and it could even be the catalyst of him getting into the Euro squad for the summer as well, and get him selected in Gareth Southgate's plans. Obviously, he's not going to be in the squad for a couple of weeks' time. He's not played in a very long time, and we know he wasn't selected in that. So getting him back into that Euro squad will be difficult, but maybe a good run of form and getting him back playing some serious football, we could see Mason Mount back in the England setup as well, which is very, very exciting. So let me know in the comments down below, what's your score predictions, and will Mount play, and where will Mount play? That is pretty much the news for today. We've got Malacia apparently spotted at the team dinner yesterday as he recovers from his rehabilitation from his knee injury. Again, what's going on with Malacia? Let me know down in the comments down below. Hopefully we see Malacia back at United and back on top form. And again, the reports from Sam C, they spotted it at the dinner, but and again, reports from Sam C, they were spotted at the dinner, but he's also spotted at Carrington in day-to-day life around Manchester United teammates and staff. So it's very odd, the Malacia situation. Just get him back. We want to see Malacia back at United, back in the squad at least, and competing in that left-back position. How much could we do with him right now? Obviously, we've got Liverpool tomorrow in the FA Cup, and it would be great if we had Malacia available for that, because tomorrow we're probably going to have to play Lindelof at left-back, because I don't believe Wan-Bissaka's back yet, so Dallow's going to be at right-back. So Liverpool at left-back, Lindelof at left-back, with Salah against him. That's going to be great. Whereas we know Malacia and that passion, he would be fantastic in that left-back position. And again, just to confirm the Mason Greenwood story from Massimo Moretto and Caught Offside, Greenwood does not want to return to Manchester United. He wants to leave the club and be very happy to stay in Spain. Atletico Madrid are interested. United have not decided what to do with him, but I think we all know what's going to happen here. Greenwood probably isn't going to return to England and play football again. He's not going to return to the Premier League. He's probably going to stay in Spain and probably maybe stay around in Europe. He might go to Germany, Italy, who knows. But at the moment, all the interest seems to be coming from the Spanish side of the game. If you can make sure to like the video down below so you can let the guys know at mufcMPB that you've enjoyed myself on the channel. I go ahead and make Football Manager content every single week. I make 4 videos a week over there. So if you're a fan of Football Manager, my links will be down in the description, as well as my Twitter, where you can see me waffle about Manchester United. And hopefully I'll be absolutely buzzing tomorrow when we smash Liverpool in the FA Cup and reach the semi-finals. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Follow mufcMPB on Twitter, because that is the place to get all of your Manchester United news. And I'll speak to you next time.